Welcome to the final part of Sonic Generations. It's time we take down Dr. Eggman. Ironic of you to say freeze in a magma-filled fiery hellscape. Oh well, Eggman's never been one of subtlety. Anyway, here's the Egg Dragoon, which is probably, in my opinion, probably the best contraption Robotnik has ever made. It has a fair few attacks that will put you on the back foot. Starting out is the freezing shockwave. Another move he can do, which he's about to not demonstrate because he switched animations quickly, are lasers. He shoots out lasers. And then this maneuver, which he tends to drag out at certain points, are freeze balls that you have to jump over. Eggman will give you the chance to strike back as he closes his arms together and attempts to crush you, in which case you have to wall jump, and time your wall jumps with the projectiles too, and then go up to his cockpit and hit him. Why thank you. Ow! Cheater. There are other means of hitting Eggman, not just through the wall jump, but through different ways too. You'll occasionally find rails that you can grind on, in which case you can hit him that way, or you just follow him normally while he's doing his usual shtick and catch up to him and hit him that way too. Sure loves this move a lot. Okay, come on, stop! Ugh. There we go. Alright, where's the grind rail? And more importantly, what is going on with the camera? It's cropping out. It's moving way to the right, and I'm trying to move left and center myself. This glitch was not in the original. Can I hit a ramp, please, so I can get on the rail? There we go. Shit. Looks like the camera is still in the fritz for no other reason but to screw me over. Okay, I can only hope to go back to 2D. There we go. Alright. Back to square one. You'll regret this. That's another Eggman quote. Beloved Eggman quote from Sonic Rush. Another game that I grew up with. Never got the sequel though. I never played Sonic Rush Adventure. Love the soundtrack to that one though. But unfortunately, I think that was one of the last times Blaze the Cat was playable in a Sonic game. Much to my disappointment. Newsflash, Sega and Sonic team, it's not just Sonic. He has friends too. But the friends' playstyles suck. Have you played Sonic 06? Yeah. Maybe make the friends play well. There you go. Problem solved.
Time for a change of pace!
At least they kept the tunnel section. Oh, I just realized that we're actually fighting this thing with regular Sonic. We're not the Werehog. So this thing is just straight up radically different than it was before. So this might be the prototype 2 that Eggman was talking about at the end of Sonic Unleashed. With the tunnel sections, you want to catch up to Eggman and whack him before he gets away. There are also doors that will close on you too. The doors, however, are very slow, so there's really no excuse to get hit by those. That was no bueno there. Okay, there we go. Whenever Eggman is on his last hit, we'll just automatically go to the tunnel section. And it's pretty much the same as before. You want to speed up your descent in order to get to the machine. And that was apparently the prototype 2 Egg Dragoon that was destroyed very handily. So much for a prototype.
I recalibrated everything! This was supposed to be my time!
Oh, please, keep dreaming, Egghead. I beat you every time. No, seriously, we beat him every time. Our scorecard's flawless.
Stopping Eggman is always good, but the root of the problem is that monster. Maybe we can call a truce and... Look, he got your Eggman too. Oh, this is getting serious.
You can now access and explore the next area. How about that? The final boss awaits us, and now that we have 7 emeralds at hand, we can finally take on the Time Eater. Which, in my opinion, is probably the worst monster type of final boss in the whole entire Sonic series. I mean, what else has come before and since the Time Eater? I mean, you got Chaos, who is honestly the perfect design, no pun intended, for a monster boss like that. Then you got the Bio Lizard, which is creepy as hell and also works for Sonic Adventure 2. I think Iblis, in terms of how unorthodox and Cthulhu-like he is better than Time Eater. The End from Sonic Frontiers is better. Mostly because the End looks like something out of the end of Evangelion, so the design works for that. There's also one more monster from the Sonic series. Oh yeah, Dark Gaia from Unleash. He is a better design than freaking Time Eater. Time Eater is just boring. It's like children's first Sonic boss design or something. And if you think the boss fight itself is any better, then you're wrong. This is probably the worst supersonic boss fight in the whole entire series. Actually, no. There's Shadow the Hedgehog's final boss was way worse, but still. Get ready to hear, looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic. Over and over and over again for 4 minutes. We'll see it when we get to it. It's a thing. It's an event. You might even say it's a canon event. Oh, I missed the jump. Good lord, these cocks are slow. Get your ass up there. There we go. Now we can access the final boss. Ladies and gentlemen, the Time Eater.
You're cornered. So how about you just give up and restore the timeline like you found it?
You're not in a position to demand anything, you nasty little pincushion.
Eggman! No wonder!
He had a little help.
Dr. Robotnik?
Nobody calls me that anymore. If you would be so kind as to explain, gentleman genius Dr. Eggman from the future. It will be my pleasure, most excellent and efficacious Dr. Eggman of the past. After Sonic ruined my interstellar amusement park, I stumbled upon a dark primordial essence. I discovered it possessed abilities I've long desired to harness for myself. Namely, that it could travel through the dimension of time, so I decided to utilize its marvelous capabilities and rewrite the past. In order to perfect it, I needed the help of somebody as smart as I am. The only person that smart is me. Oh, you are too kind, my dear future self, and I was happy to help. And now all of time is ours, to do with as we please.
But the more your monster tears through the timeline, the more damage you do to it.
So, I'm going to erase that line and reshape it as I see fit. Huh? And they call me eccentric. No one will judge us anymore. After we've destroyed these Sonics, Forever. Shall we begin then, Doctor? By all means, my dear Doctor.
Destroy me? In your dreams, Eggman. I beat you all the time by myself, and now there's two of me.
Then I'll have twice as much fun defeating you.
Keep moving!
Move all you want. I'm still going to squash you into a blue jelly. That was just to soften you up. Now it's time to meet your doom.
You're tougher than that! Come on!
Not you.
On your feet.
You're not beat yet.
Who are they? They are insignificant. You face worse, Sonic.
Focus your spirit.
We're right behind you. I believe in you, Mr. Sonic.
Embrace the emeralds!
Harness their power, Sonic.
You have to win, Sonic! Like you've done time and again!
Time to scramble some Eggman, supersonic style!
As it turns out, Eggman, or the Eggmen, are behind the whole Time Eater plot. Now, I like how Eggman just managed to control this. This is pretty much an eldritch abomination. What is the Time Eater? This thing was just floating out in space and Eggman was like, I could fix him.
Is something the matter?
We're gonna win this one together!
I don't see a whole lot of togetherness, Knuckles. I mean, hell, you're the one that punches shit. Why aren't you punching this thing in the face? Anyway, the objective of this fight is to reach the core and hit it at least 3 or 4 times. That's the simple part, but somehow that simplicity is made more complex because sometimes you just can't reach the goddamn Time Eater. There are long periods of time where the boss will stay the hell away from you, which is smart, but annoying if you want to get things done quick. Managed to get a lucky shot off there. There will be points where the Time Eater will switch planes of existence, so if he goes outside of the tube, you want to switch to Classic Sonic. If he's inside the tube, you want to be Modern Sonic in this case. And the strange thing is, I can never catch up to Time Eater when he's on the 2D side like this. I know it's possible, but it's just, I can't do it. I can only get to him while I'm in 3D.
Looks like a homing shot. Careful, Sonic.
Look out!
It's a warping arm attack.
Yeah, thanks for the warning, guys. It's not like any of these can actually hurt me at all. Just in case you don't know, Super Sonic can never get hurt by anything, except for the expiring ring count. Back in the classic games where you were able to play as Super Sonic in the stages, you could die to crushing in bottomless pits. This is totally not the case here because there are no attacks that can crush you here, nor are there bottomless pits because technically everything here is a void. So no worries there. But you do want to finish the fight quickly because you're running out of rings, and rings are kind of hard to get here. Get your ass up there. Ah! Yeah, there we go. And he's gonna clap me back. Well, that was kinda there. Now, I did say before that this is probably the worst Supersonic fight in the whole entire series. I still kind of hold on to that belief, but I think the Super Shadow fight from Shadow the Hedgehog 05 was worse. This is just boring. And a Supersonic fight should never be boring. I mean, look at the amazing Supersonic fights like Doomsday Zone or, the Sonic Adventure games. Hell, Sonic Heroes was great. And I know people complain about the Dark Gaia fight from Unleashed, but I kind of like the Dark Gaia fight. You got multiple things going on, like the punch-out mode, actually getting up to Dark Gaia so you can slice him up with Sonic, and just everything about that fight was fantastic. It was epic. Even if that boss fight took upwards of 15 minutes, it was still fun.
Is something the
He's got
matter?
that shot chasing you. Be careful, Sonic.
I'm fine, guys. You don't need to remind me of the really slow homing shots. This is one of those moments where Sonic's friends really needed to jump in like in Heroes. And there's more of them this time. I mean, think about it. You have Blaze, Silver, Shadow. They can destroy the universe by just merely thinking about it. Imagine them with the Chaos Emeralds or the Soul Emeralds. This boss fight would be over with by now. But the rules on how the Chaos Emeralds work are, let's just say they're a bit inconsistent between games. Do the emeralds scatter across the world like the Dragon Balls or not? Do you have to go into a special dimension in order to get the Chaos Emeralds or not? Do they belong in a special shrine or no? The mysteries of the Chaos Emeralds are still a thing. And you can say the same thing about the Soul Emeralds, or the Time Stones, or those weird rings from Knuckles Chaotix. I don't even know what those things are. We should be one more hit away from the end of this fight. The Eggman and Time Eater will have one more attack that will try and kill Sonic. A giant meteor, which you have to throw back at him. Press and hold both bumper buttons in order to cut through Eggman's attack and finally defeat him. Shit!
Still warm. Time travel.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll admit, you weren't half bad, Sonic.
Half bad? Are you kidding? He was all great.
Thank God Knuckles wasn't disrespected this time.
Once we're home, you think the timeline will be restored? Yep. Just don't think about it too hard.
It was great teaming up with you, or me. Maybe this will fast-track you to learning some new tricks in the future. Wait, I mean, past. Ugh, time travel's a chore. Dude, sweet! And you're only gonna get better!
There's our portal home.
Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
And that, my friends, is Sonic Generations. Such a great title. Such a great title. Anniversary games are kind of hard to do. I mean, for the 5th anniversary of Sonic, what did we get? Sonic 3D Blast? I mean, that game was alright. I don't like it, but it was alright. And then for the 10th anniversary, you got Sonic Adventure 2, which is one of the better 3D Sonic games. Then for the 15th anniversary of Sonic, you got... For the 20th anniversary of Sonic, you got this game, which is fantastic if I do say so myself. You have a good mix between 2D and 3D platforming and boost, as well as zones that you may or may not have remembered, or hell, you've just forgotten about. Like Crisis City, how do you make a good zone out of Crisis City? Well, Sonic Team found a way, and it's through Generations. Now, there are a couple of, I'm not gonna say bad points against this game, just balls that were dropped. I wish there were more zones. I mean, maybe like 1 or 2 more zones from some of the spin-off titles or the Game Gear games. I mean, that could have worked. And I wanted to see more dialogue between the characters, like, not just one and done conversations. I wanted to see these guys actually do something. It's not just Sonic, guys. Like, why couldn't Knuckles or Blaze do anything? They were just there. They were just there. But other than those issues, this is pretty much one of the better Sonic games out there. Not just for 3D, but overall. Probably not the best Sonic game because Sonic 2 and 3 exist. Sonic Adventure 2 exists, and also Shadow Generations exist. Oh boy, Shadow Generations, how I'm gonna get to that game next. So stay tuned for this train ride because things are gonna get crazy for Shadow Generations. Now that's a good one. Anyway, my name is Don. This has been Sonic Generations, one of the best 3D Sonic games of all time. And I'll see you guys for Shadow.
Are you sure you saw a door over here? What? You were the one who said you saw a door over here? Well, I know it was one of us. Shut up and keep looking. What time is it? It's the exact same time as when you asked earlier, and it will be the exact same time when you ask later. There is no time here! Let me just say that this was a brilliant plan that you came up with. Don't get too self-righteous. It'll be your plan pretty soon. I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to forgetting it. I heard that! Do we ever win? That depends on your definition of win. Beating Sonic. Oh, well then no. That doesn't give me much hope. Maybe I'll go back and get my teaching degree. That's not a bad idea. I've always enjoyed telling people what to do.